When running the front desk, it is very imperative that the data that you're putting into our Heno software, that's all-in-one software, is correct. Now, a good way to do this is to audit yourself. So checking the day schedule. Let's say you get in at 8 o'clock in the morning and you see the schedule for the day. So each patient is coming in. I want you to check, let's say it's Mary Lou is at 8 o'clock. I want you to check Mary Lou's case and make sure that her case is correct, that you've got the right insurance, that her co-pays are up to date and being collected, that patient doesn't have a Medicare Advantage plan. If she does, then a copay is necessary. Make sure that is being collected. Make sure you understand the difference between a Medicare Advantage plan and a person who has a Medicare primary. Now, it's a mistake that can happen, and it costs the patient money, us time, and both the patient is not going to be loyal to us when we come to them 4 weeks later and say, hey, Mrs. Mary Lou, you owe us for all of your copays. We did not write down the correct information. We assumed that you had Medicare primary. So make sure you understand that, and we're here to help you to understand that. If the patient had any no-shows or cancellations, were the fees collected? Make sure that that is happening. Were the patient portions collected? Make sure that patient's up to date, and if there's anything due, that it is collected at that visit. We do not send patient statements. We collect at the time of service. There is no monthly statements. We do not mess around with that. We let the patient know, and we collect conveniently at the time of service. Patient doesn't leave until payment is collected. That is part of the front desk job in terms of the flow, people coming in, coming out. It's easiest, again, to collect with total cost of care. Easier for the patient, easier for you at the front desk, keeps the patient motivated and invested in their therapy. Elective services, make sure the patient's case is correct. If the patient is there for a massage, for instance, it needs to say self-pay, not the patient's primary insurance. That will mess up the statistics in the big picture. Let's see. Check the case really well. Make sure the payer source is correct. If you're just learning, that's okay. Make sure that we are training you. You're asking us. For example, if the patient has UHC, the payer source needs to say UHC, and it has to say Medicaid. Make sure that is correct. Make sure you're understanding that, and we're here to help you to be successful. You can't ask too many times. Is there authorization in place if it is needed? Make sure that the request was sent out if auth is needed. That should be in the outgoing fax. Referral source, this needs to be clearly listed in patient details, along with patient details needing to be complete. Their address, their birth date, who referred the person to us. If it was an elective service and it was earned through a referral bonus, that also needs to be very clearly stated in patient details. For example, if Mary Lou referred her neighbor to physical therapy, her neighbor was Tim. Tim came to physical therapy 3 times. Mary Lou earns a 30-minute massage or a cold laser treatment or a BioQ or a red light. That needs to be both on Tim's chart. It needs to say friend and family referral. On Mary Lou's chart for her free massage, it needs to say that she referred Tim Brown. That is all in patient details. It needs to read like a story. It needs to be very easy to see. Elective services correct. Make sure that the correct amount is being collected. For some reason in the past, we had a time where only $60 for a full hour massage was being collected. I don't understand that misunderstanding. However, that is incorrect. That is only a current patient rate. So $60 for an hour is only if the person is currently a patient of ours, an OT or a PT patient of ours, an insurance-based or a package for therapy service patient. Otherwise, sometimes we run specials. That should be listed as that special. Otherwise, it should be $70 for an hour. If you're unsure of our pricing, it's $40 for a non-patient for a half hour, $70 for an hour, and don't hold me to it, but I think it's $110 for 90 minutes. Make sure that you have these down, that you know them, and that the correct pricing is